Oh, so where was I? So
well, hold on. We had
a little
camera
glitch.
died, but we're back.
We're back.
Sorry,
so I was never the one looking for a fight. Like when I was little, I had buck teeth, so I was always like picked on. And I remember when I was in 5th grade, I would be fighting 8th graders, and I remember I would win because I was just like so ferocious, and I learned how to fight. My dad was in the Korean War, and he was a strong guy. And I remember at a very early age, I just learned how to fight. And then at a certain point, later in life, my dad took me to karate, and then it kind of like mellowed me out. Then I didn't get so many fights in high school. But.
So let me get this right. Your fights pretty much happened when you were younger.
Yeah.
Not when you were a grown adult at the Oscars.
Did you ever get into a fight? When was the last time you got into a fight? Are you allowed to talk about it?
Yeah, the last time I got into a fight, well, that was that was when I was in high school. On a school bus when I was a freshman. Before I could. No, I'm sorry. I was a junior, fighting 2 kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No fights in your adult life.
No, in adult life. Actually, a couple times came close. Couple like the workmates I work with at my job, they're like getting a little, a little saucy. It's a little fresh, and I had to set them in their place.
You gotta learn where they belong.
Yeah, a couple times it came close. I said, okay, here we go.
All right.
It came a couple times close, but nothing.
Sure.
Actually, as a matter of fact, the closest time. We can talk about anything?
Yeah, you can go for it.
That was with your dad.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, you can talk about that. Go for it.
We talk about it?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
How many years ago was that?
It was before I moved in. We were still living in Hackettstown. This was right when I got. I think this is right before I went to that facility.
Yeah.
That was right. That was right before I went to that one facility. They had a meeting with my therapist, the service worker, and right. It was you.
Yes.
It was the service worker, my therapist, my mom, my dad, you, and Aunt Carol.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I was outside. They sent me outside.
Yes, they didn't want Jacob to be around because he was just. At the time, they considered him too young. They didn't want him to, be around anything, the quote adults. Yeah. So,
why were you and your his aunt there, your wife?
They were trying to find a new place, right? Was that during that conversation?
So this is around the time when you were like living with us.
Yeah.
And they had all these rules that they wanted us.
Oh, I was already living with you.
Yeah, I think you were living with us at that.
Okay, so I was already out of the facility.
Yeah, I think you were out of the facility, but they had all these rules they wanted us to do, and it was basically to the point where it was just we felt it was just just bad. Yeah, it was like a prison. And then at one point, Dad, this is how to do it. I said, no, absolutely no fucking way. And then your dad was raising his voice. I raised my voice. I stood up. Your dad went away. I thought, okay, this is it. This is going to. Okay, this is.
So you guys raised your voice. My dad stood up.
Yeah, he stood up. He went to the kitchen. I thought he was getting a knife or something. Yeah. I was so mad. I was shaking. I was so mad. I was ready. I was like, it's go time.
Yeah.
I was so bad. But basically, I know we can't say everything on the
You can literally, dude.
So this is at the same time where.
Go for it. It's fine.
All right. It's at the same time where his father said, if it was legal, I would beat Jacob into an inch of his life. And I was so fucking pissed. I was then I was like, I was like literally my whole body. I felt
Did
like
Dad said that?
I was like, I would turn into the Hulk right then. And I don't know how there wasn't a homicide there. That's the time I really thought there was going to be a homicide. And I thought your uncle was going to be in jail.
Yeah. It was, I remember I was outside for most of that. I came in afterwards from that stuff. Yeah. How
old were you?
I would have been 15.
I would say 15.
I was. I was. Was this the year 2015?
15 or 16, or 2016.
I believe it was. I think I moved in 2015.
2015.
I think I was 14 at the time, or I was turning 15. I was either 15 or turning 15.
But that was like the closest. That was like
Yeah, that was right. That was pretty much right before I moved in like full time. I wasn't even registered for school yet. That was still over the summer. I remember they made me sign a contract
Oh yeah. Well, we had to sign one too.
Yeah, it was like some paper bullshit
Yeah.
contract. Yeah.
But that was like when I was, I was done. I was just. That was the closest I've been. And then you came out at a certain point, and I think we told you what happened. I remember you patted me on the shoulder.
Did I?
Yeah. I was.
Classic mommy and daddy issues.
That was something.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.